Yo. Are we live? Wait. Why's it glitching right now? I have no idea if we're actually live. At everyone. It's not even showing up messages. What is going on? Computer's taking a dump in real time. Might actually just be the web browser, low key. All right, there we go. At everyone. We're live. There we go. All right, dudes, how we doing today? Chem styles are on the rise. Things you love to see. All right, let me. You have 148k right now. How many tradable packs? Crap ton. Absolute crap ton. We have all the dailies we still have to do. We got a ton of coins to make as well. So we'll be probably over 500k today. Again. And then we'll just keep doing this over and over. Are we just having to quick sell gold rares right now? That's a shame, man. That's awful. Yeah, 43 Prime Electrums is going to be really nice. Yeah, we'll just quick sell them, I guess. Take a little less coins for, but get more chem cells. Faster. Once we're done with these tradable packs, we are going to do a crap ton of player picks for you guys today. So, if you want to see, I don't know, we could probably make over 100 player picks. I'm curious to see how many Foot Genie allows us to make at once. We'll see what that turns out to be. All right, we'll chuck that in. Derage, what's up, buddy? How you doing, brother? Hold on 1 second. Twitch, I'm so sorry, guys. I need to turn off a setting on here. I don't know why it's still a thing. There's like a hydrate setting where you guys can like spend points and stuff, but I can't see any of the notifications on my end when I'm dual streaming. Harley, what's up, bud? So let me. What is that? Moderation, viewer rewards, power ups and points. Is that what it is? Rewards. No. Drops. No. Emotes. No. There it is. I see now. Yeah, how do I turn that off? There we go. Alright, fixed it. Water! I mean, we'll drink. We'll drink. I have no problem drinking water, but I just can't see any of them. Miz, what's up, buddy? So it's like I went through, I think I had like 20 people over the course of a few months redeem. I just never saw it. They wouldn't even type in chat. They'd come in, they'd redeem it. One of my buddies who I haven't talked to in like 3 years came in and did that. Had no clue. We love water. Hey, we love Jay. Happy late Easter to you too, brother. How was your Easter? Mine was a lot of fun. What are these settings for the color? For what color? The color on my screen right now? I think it's just default. I don't think I'm playing on colorblind for FIFA. Water! Sound like ski mask. Yo. The color for Mumbo is white American. I mean, you're not wrong. I do fall into that group. So true. Your cards look nice. Could it just be the stream is HD? Wait, now you got me tripping. Are the colors different? I don't know. For the non-colorblind people, do my cards look like your cards? What other groups you fallen into? I need to pull out, like, my heritage. Oh! Tradable promo! Who could it be? I get more coins quick selling it than I do listed it on the market. If that just doesn't show where this game's currently at. I backed her 94. She's quite good. Yeah, I'm sure the 89 is the exact same as her 94. I'm so happy I was able to quick sell her there. Steve, what's up, buddy? Speaking of useless cards, welcome back, Burger. Lovely. My favorite team of the year of all time. Remember when we packed her and we're ecstatic? Those were the days, man. Those were the days. All right, we have 35 more Prime Electrum. So we're going to open all these tradable packs first, guys. See how many coins we end up on. We're going to do a big chem style buy as well. We're going to spam player picks. We're going to spam the crap out of the peepees. I love myself a good peepee. All right, 34 more. Anybody get a crazy pull so far this promo? I feel like everything I've seen has been like eh. Gamer, what's up, buddy? Gamer, it was weird. Jay and Steven were saying yesterday that you're trash at Ultimate Team, and they'd absolutely smoke you in a 1v1. I honestly couldn't believe the words that they were saying. I was trying to let them know that you're basically, I know you're not in Elite Division, but you play like you're Elite Division, but they weren't having any of it, man. For some reason, they think I'm lying. How are you? I am fantastic, man. I have Cantona as my best, 700k. What if I pack like a promo card worth like 10 million, but then I don't tell you guys that I packed it? I just put them into chem styles, and then I just say, look at that. We already hit our goal with chem styles. Thoughts? All we need to do is pack a 10 million coin card first. Shouldn't be that hard. You have 94 Peely. Love me some good Peely. Peely's my favorite player of all time. I did say that, to be fair. I mean, it's true. Mumbo's viewers aren't here for gameplay, so they play the game as much as Mumbo. You'd be surprised. I think there's a lot of people who come here to learn how to do some sort of general basic menu grind because they're too busy with gameplay or touching grass. Or I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a pro player that watches us and is like, dang, I wish I was that good at the menus. Are you on Discord? Our Discord is in the description. It's in chat if you do ! Discord. We have our own Discord. Yo, why are we getting like an 85 in every pack now? This is kind of crazy. Low key. They're just handing them out. I was rumored Jota used to love watching Mumbo's live and sud guides. As much as I can see a world where that was a reality. Well, like, think about it this way. Not to, like, it's not a flex or anything. Something like that's probably happened, because how many times have you, like, wandered onto a random YouTube channel or watched someone else and then got recommended a video of someone else? It's not that crazy to think that, like, all the FIFA content creators have at one point landed on, like, a MumboElite video. Whether watched it or at least saw, like, a thumbnail. I bet there's a high chance of that. Why do you think Nepenthes got so into the Sudamericana back in the day? He didn't want to copy the lib guide, so he's like, we're going to do Sudamericana. They'd all instantly click off. True. No, that's the thing. They'd see the thumbnail. They'd be like, what is this horrific thumbnail? Click into it here. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Oh, gosh. This man, grown man, trying to sell me how to make coins in a video game. No, thank you. Bye-bye. I watched one Zombies Camo Grind video, and it let me to sub to, like, 7 other YouTubers who did the same thing. I'm telling you, dude, nowadays it's not as bad as it used to be. And I say bad, not as because it was a bad thing. It was an awesome thing. If you were around in the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 days on YouTube, specifically for YouTube live streams, man, I kid you not, there were time periods where you could, like, live stream in any given day. You'd get 1,000+ views. You'd get 50 to 100 new subscribers to the channel. You'd get recommended nonstop. You'd get rated from another Zombies YouTuber. Dude, your head was crazy. Like, you would tell yourself you could never end a stream. There were some streams, we literally did like 24-hour live streams trying to go for top 200 in the world. And, like, you would just get that hit every few seconds. It'd be like, oh, new sub. New sub. New sub. Oh, it's Zombro rated us. Your boy Mitch rated us. Yo, Pack-a-Puncher. Ain't no way when you said it ain't a bad thing that I got a U7 buy ad on YouTube. Hey. U7. You can't be putting ads on my YouTube. I said no to your deal. Alright? Stop it. We turned you down, U7 buy. The offer wasn't good enough. I'm willing to negotiate a little higher. But you gotta cut in my YouTube subs. They gotta be a part of it. Each YouTube sub gets 1% of each purchase. How about that? Do we got a deal? Please give me your username. What username? If you're talking about my Discord is in the description, brother. And in chat if you do ! Discord. That might make me actually sub them. My man's been watching for many, many years and he hasn't even hit the free subscribe button. Beautiful. Dude, speak about free stuff. Do you guys remember back in the day in, like, Prime Fortnite when Twitch would allow you to watch ads to earn bits? And then you could donate bits? Dude, I must have made, like, in terms of, like, my bit account, I probably donated almost $100. No, it had to be over $100 because sometimes I'd get, like, $10 per ad. I would then be able to donate those bits to streamers. And then people would do that to me. And it worked for, like, I think it was a 6-month period. And then it just stopped. They're like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. I don't know why. That was the best thing they ever did. But Prime Fortnite didn't have a tongue. True. Did you see Fortnite's losing a lot of money, and so they're raising V-Buck prices? Crazy times, man. What a goal. What a goal. York's going crazy. All right, 16 left. Lincoln City is officially back to the championship. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. Bro, you don't know how horrible it was playing against Lincoln City in League One. Those were the trenches, bro. Those were crazy. Awful, awful time. Never want to see them again, but glad they're in the championship. They have 1.2, 1.5 million daily players still. I doubt they're losing that much. No, they actually did a report. They're losing a crap ton of money. They had to shut down different things on the game, and they had to raise V-Buck prices because they're losing so much. They also, Epic let off a lot of employees because they're losing so much money. Like, actually. V-Bucks never had inflation. V-Bucks were immune to inflation for the longest time. But no, a game can be popular and still lose a lot of money. I think those two things can live in the same world. That's exactly what's happening with Fortnite. Because just what you said, they have 1.2 to 1.5 million daily players. Think about the servers needed for that. If V-Bucks sales are drying up and it's free to play the game, where else are they making the money? They're paying brands and different people to do deals with them to get skins. They're not selling as much as they used to. A lot of games dry up. Yuri! Isn't this so chill just sitting here and making coins through packs? Isn't that beautiful? Already up to 250k. Cristiano Ronaldo, someone tweeted in 2011. No shot. Paying for their legal battle with Apple and Google? True. And we got an inform that too? Dang. Even more coins. Inform's going for anything right now? 12k maybe? Good-o. Bristol City have won 2 in a row. Roy is the man. You got Hull at 93 red card? Nice. Someone tweeted Tung Tung in 2013. I saw that as well, yeah. Permission for Ye to enter the UK to perform at wireless festivals is now officially under review by ministers. Someone quoted and said, do you think the fact that he made graduation is a factor in their review process? Probably is, honestly. Yeah, yeah. Wait, Wayne Rooney was sleeping with some young women? What? The irony is Wayne used to shag grannies as a kid. If my memory serves me right. Now he's reversing it. What? Bro, what is happening? Yo, Mumbo, not sure if you know about this, but on Pale Tools, there's a little box next to Import League Settings. It'll let you choose a color to highlight those players. Really? Huh. Got another card, Kaká 92 rated. Bro, where are you getting these cards from? Oh, he's making a draft. That would make a lot more sense. No, it's the people who start our League SBC grind. The first few runs, they always get the craziest things. You have 10.7 million There you go. So you're just buying them. You're not packing them, right? Or you just sold both of them and you have 10.7. Dude, this is going to be a random question. When did Dembele... I saw a tweet right here that said, most insane flick of a switch I've ever seen a player have. He's fully that guy now. It's talking about Dembele at PSG. When did Dembele switch to become an insane player? Like, specifically, when did that happen? I always knew he had potential. I always knew he was somewhat good. But for a while, he felt like he was a meme of inconsistency. When did he, like, officially become him? You're opening an icon pack? Ah, gotcha. Daddy Olmo. At Dortmund? He was always insane, just injury prone. So it was the long injuries that really did it. Okay. Tongue locking in. Bro, why is my Twitter feed full of tongue stuff now? They're listening. Boom, boom, boom. Toss that up. Beautiful. All right, now we're on to the jumbo gold packs. 21 of them. We're still at 870 smaller gold player packs. That's wild. So what we're going to do, once we're done with these tradable packs, we'll take all the cards in our club. We'll make player picks out of them, okay? Oh, we got cock. Let's go. Love getting cock. All right, we'll toss him in the club. Walk out. Messi? Dude, like, I don't think kids nowadays could comprehend how often packing Messi or Ronaldo messes with their psyche nowadays versus, like, back in the day. Like, it used to be millions upon millions of coins for their golds. Now Messi's 2.2K. Dude, I have a photo that I posted on Instagram of me packing Ronaldo that I posted to, like, my actual Instagram when I was in high school? Middle school? I think it was high school. Crazy statement? What? Was there something I said? I back everything that I said, every word out of my mouth. I believe. Charlie Kirk gets shot from range. Dude, do you see that football club that has a guy named Charlie Kirk? And anytime they have a somewhat, like, shot-related thing in the game, it goes viral. There was one the other day, it was like, Charlie Kirk sends a shot over or something. Barely misses. Oh. Another walkout, jeez. York City tweeted Charlie Kirk shoots from range, but Harrison Mail makes the stop. Oh, yeah. Pop those. Two more. Dun, dun. That's it, yeah, LMAO, the comments wild. He really played the Uno River. No, like, it literally got, I think, over 100,000 likes. It went viral. You should see Instagram comments about Haas. F1 team practices 2 result posts last week. The cars came 9th and 11th. Comments are turned off. And a graphic designer should be fired. I can only imagine, man. Genuine question. I'm curious, guys. With Pale Tools, with Foot Genie, with the provisions we already have, in League SBCs we already have, are exchanges really needed? I mean, it's better to have them than not have them. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think to myself, it's like, I couldn't even imagine having exchanges, how much more stuff we'd be able to have to open. And we have thousands of packs still to get through. But the comments from the other posts were taken over. Yeah. That always happens. When they turn off the comments on a single post, they always flood to the other ones. You say this as you wouldn't be busting if they showed up. I would be. Not gonna lie, I would be. But, like, theoretically, like, if you're in my shoes right now, right? No, like, video aside. No, like, content aside. Just from the standpoint of, like, packs. If I'm already in a position where I'm making more packs than I'm able to open, that seems to be only going more positive, and our coins only seem to be going up. Like, the only thing exchanges would really offer is a rating non-cap that we could get. It's like a potentially crazy card from nothing. I'm in your shoes right now. Why are your feet so big? You know what they say about people with big feet? They have big Ultimate Team coin balances as well. Then what did we do before we had exchanges? Yeah, I would literally the next day I'd be like, guys, I can't even remember what it was like before exchanges. I'm so glad exchanges came to the game. Guys, you know me by now. You know it takes like 2 seconds for me to move on and like come to the conclusion what we have is like make the most of it. They could come out with a, I kid you not, a single 75 plus. No, they could come out with a 75 to 80 rated pack that was unlimited and all you'd have to do is put in a bronze. I'd be like, guys, this is the greatest thing ever. What you don't understand is you can just sit here and spam BPM, build this up to make player picks, do this, do that. Low key, that would kind of slap, not gonna lie. Back in my day, we had to pay for trade tokens on the web app. Oh, dude, did I even use the web app then? I don't think I even did. Bro, I'm gonna unlock a memory. I don't know if anyone else was this way. When I was in middle school, so this must have been like FIFA 11 or FIFA 12, I had a notebook and a calculator from school that I'd pull out my iPod, and when I would be at like a football tournament and we'd be traveling, I'd be in the hotel room, either after games or like before bed, headphones in, I'd be watching how to make coins in Ultimate Team videos where they're doing special card trading and like flipping overnight, listening for 12 hours. And I would write down price points of players. I'd calculate how much the EA tax was. And then I'd have like a transfer list full of things and I'd list it for 12 hours or for the weekend. And I was just so giddy every single time something sold. I was so happy looking at it. Those were the days, man. Like, I miss when gold cards were in your team for a majority of the year. I miss when, like, a discard inform was a crazy pull and you could flex it to friends. I miss when you'd have Brazilian silvers, the Brasilvers, that were insane. FIFA 12, 89 skills and everyone else doing road to 100k. Yeah. I just miss when all that actually meant something. You know what I mean? Like, I felt that boom through Call of Duty Zombies. I get it. I know what it's like from that perspective. But I wasn't a content creator at, like, the boom of FIFA. That must have been wild. Because, like, those dudes were making 100K plus a month on FIFA points. That's insane to think about. The deals they were getting. It's too easy to get a good team nowadays? Yeah. Core memory I had was selling the bronze starter team, getting the coins, deleting the club, and doing it again for free coins. Yeah. People would start new accounts, coin sell to their next one. Just do that nonstop. You do the advanced SBCs or whatever they're called. Yeah, everything was just so fun back in the day. Like, remember tournaments? Tournaments were like the greatest thing ever. It'd be the most random FIFA tournament for like 10,000 coins or a gold pack. And I'd go crazy for them. Alright, you guys ready for a trophy time? Let's see what we can get. Alright, dudes. Team 1 guaranteed trophy Titan. Let me know what your best one is. Come on, EA. English center back. Who could it be? Those stats look horrific. Rip. Remember he played a random cup and won special Kagawa card? Yes. Kagawa, I meant. Dude, I haven't heard that name in ages. Shinji? Dang, man. Remember? Oh! Remember Squad Fitnesses, boys? Do you remember applying Squad Fitnesses? Remember packing one in a bronze pack? The ultimate coin maker. Squad morales, though. Alright, how much is our dupe storage? We're going to see how we can make this work. Alright, 41. So let's fill this up. We're going to fill up our club to the brim. We still have some prime golds. Perfect. Yo, buy the 350k pack is good. Are you saying buy as in you're leaving? Or are you saying buy as in you want me to buy it? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have the new Footmaster. Low key. I was waiting a day or two to say it. I think we have officially adopted Footmaster 2.0. Welcome to the family, brother. Good to have you back. Get the 350k back? No, I'm good. I think so. Dude, I just got the 350k again, and you want me to spend all my money.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, I didn't even ask you a single question. I know why you're talking right now. He just changed his name. It is Footmaster. I'm convinced. Cherokee had an Adolf Hitler trim at 15. Dang. Alright, small primes we could still open. We do have small rares. We should probably do these to make sure we have enough rares in the club to match the commons. Because what? Player pick is 3 of each. I'm curious how many it'll let us make. We might have to switch to the PS4 version as well. Lucas hamstring after getting injected with experimental horse semen in Spain. Ah! Oh my gosh. Beautiful. 1,000 word essay due tomorrow, worth 20% that I haven't started. I just found out about it. Think that's my cue to head. What's it about? Let me see if I can help you before you go. I'll put you on game. As a yapper. Have you ever done speech to text? Literally just hold up your phone or whatever you're on, talk to it, and have it write it out for you. There was a problem. What's the problem here? It was a reflection on something we attended in some reading. Okay, give me just like the basics of what you attended, and I'll yap randomly about it and see if it sounds accurate. You can start writing off of that. Alright, 386k. Pop those up. Let's see if we can buy any more anchors. We're getting closer to 10k, boys. Oh, they're back down. They're back down. Get on them. We could get to 9k tonight of these. West Ham fans who left early aren't being allowed back in. Good, they shouldn't be. Why would you leave a football match early? Bunch of fake fans. Absolutely should not be let in. Alright, we'll do this down to, what do you think? 150k again? We don't need a ton of money. Mentally, I'm here, and it's Pokemon Emerald, you chilling in the spa area with the grannies. Dude, as much as I love Pokemon Fire Red, and it's, I think, one of the best video games ever created, Pokemon Emerald was fantastic. The storyline, the plot, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, we should check how many we're actually on, just so we know. And of course, the second I want to do that. Literally, menus go to crap. Right, it was this event talk where we had guest speakers talk about social enterprises. Then we had to come up with the solutions for given topics. My group chose do people understand the circular economy? Hoenn just hits different. It really does. Who's your favorite Pokemon in Hoenn region? Campert slaps. Get yourself a Numel. The big old back cannons. Volcanoes. Who else? Get in a Wingull to become a Pelipper. Slaps. Get in a Lotad. All the way evolved. Slaps. Poochyena. Get all the way evolved. Slaps. Who's the Dragonfly? Pokemon. It's escaping me. Becomes Flygon. I mean, Blaziken's beautiful, yeah. I was always grass, so I always went Trico. I need to get 500 words from that, and I'll get AI to summarize the readings for me, then I'll reflect on them. Does everyone in school just use AI now, and it's, like, acceptable? I remember back when I was in college a few years ago, it was literally Quizlets. Teachers would not even write their own tests. They would literally copy and paste from Quizlets that existed to write their tests. And then people would copy and paste from the Quizlets for answers. Alright, we gotta check how many we're on. $8,420. Well, in college it depends on the lecturer, but everyone uses it no matter the lecturer anyway. Sometimes just have to be more convoluted, sneaky about it. Like, I feel like it's becoming one of those things where it's like, you need to actually learn this because you're not going to do this in the workforce. But like in the workforce, companies are literally using AI, not only to try to replace jobs, but to simplify a lot of like busy working jobs. ChatGPT and Gemini do decently well. I feel like, what was the new one that just came out? That one's insane. It's not Codex. Is it? No. What's the name? I can't remember. I'm blanking. Starts with a C. It's really good at writing code, I guess. Why can't I think of it? Dude. Claude, yes. Claude Code. People were like having it do Excel spreadsheets. I saw someone that had it go into Minecraft. And it's like, all right, I want you to, they put it like in sand. It's like, I want you to excavate the sand or the dirt block. And it unpaused Minecraft and just went directly into the water to drown itself. So true. That'd be me too. You tell me to do something? Absolutely not. Yeah, people were having to do Excel. Yo, bro, should I sell my caca? How much does he go for? It's probably going to get cheaper as it gets packed more, would be my guess. Boom, boom, boom. Q-inch on the referee decisions at the Bernabeu. I'm not worried about that. Famous last words, my dude. Yeah, how do you guys think the games are going to go tomorrow? Alright, maybe we go to 250k. This is taking forever. Taking forever? Be back in 10 minutes. Sounds good, brother. Oh, Reed, you may have just saved me, by the way. I have text-to-speech. There you go. I'm telling you, brother. When I learned about text-to-speech my senior year, it changed how I wrote essays because I'm very much a person that thinks in my head what to type, and I can't keep up. Like, I type pretty fast, but like my thoughts go faster than I can type. So doing text or speech to text is beautiful. Wait, what? Am I an idiot? They call it text to speech. It should be speech to text, right? Because your speech is what becomes the text. I think it's called text-to-speech because of the donations and stuff being read aloud. It is speech-to-text, I think. Okay. Yeah, wait, no, yeah, you're right. Because now that you say that, yeah, that's a streaming thing. Alright, we're about 40k away, boys. Let's get this finished quickly, and then we'll go to our PS4. We'll log into that, and then we'll go into the web app with Foot Genie and see how many player picks we can make. Did Trump do during... Trump was doing the Easter speech with the bunny next to him to an audience of children, and then started talking about the Iran war. With the Easter bunny right next to him. Oh, goodness. Dude, boys, we are less than 60 days away from the year anniversary of Sunderland being back in the Premier League. Oh my goodness. That feeling is still unmatched. I know exactly where I was. I know every movement I made, every celebration, every scream, every person I called, every person I texted, every person who texted me. That day I will remember forever. Everyone thought they were done and gone when that second goal went in before VAR disallowed it. Eliza Mayenda. Du, 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 du. 64K. Come on. Almost there. $9,000 more. Come on, we're almost there. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. Two more. Under 250K, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Boom. All right. Let's go. You see that, boys? Look what I re-downloaded. I played the Giant last night for a little bit. New 80+ player pick trophy Titan pack opening 1,000 plus crafted upgrades EAFC26 Ultimate Team. We are now gonna do part of the stream title. You screwed up? You sure did. Squad update. Be back in a bit. Transfer my reflection into a Word doc. Sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna scalp 1,000,000 anchors. We're not stopping until we have 1,000,000. How are you, Rady Boy? I'm fantastic, brother. How are you doing? All right, I don't think we have to do an SBC, right? But on the off chance we do, let's just do that quick. All right. Have some stadium tour for a potential job at Young Boys tomorrow. I can't tell if you're trolling or if you're serious. If you're serious, that sounds like an awesome opportunity, brother. Good luck, man. All right, let me log in real quick. I mean, serious? Good luck then, bud. Interview will be somewhat soon after it. Nice. Okay, it's logging me in. But it's taking forever. Okay. We're in. Let me take this off screen real quick. Alright, I'm going to just hit record. Alright, dudes. We have been using Foot Genie for the past weekend, and it's been a game changer. I'm someone who loves Pale Tools. If you want to see a tutorial on kind of how I've been using Foot Genie, the paid version, the free is still fantastic, but man, it changes just how quickly you can do stuff. So we had a new player pick come out today. Here it is, 1 of 4, 80+ player pick. You'll notice at the top of the screen, the EAFC softband limit is 90 hourly, and daily have up to 300. Shows I did 134 already. Let's just see if it can make 90 right now. We're going to try to make more than that, but like as you see on the side, somewhat kind of like Pale Tools, you have the ability to use tradable players, exclude certain leagues if you wanted to add like League SBCs in. I'm going to allow those. We're going to use storage first. Minimum rares really doesn't matter. We're going to solve multiple times. That's the most important one. I'm going to put this to 83 rated, so it's going to use 75 to 83 for the golds. And we're going to do 100 for the times repeatable. So, oh, it's only max 50, I guess. So what it'll do is once you hit generate solutions, it's going to look for those players in your club to make the player pick, make the League SBC, make the daily bronze, daily silver, with whatever requirements you gave it. And essentially what it'll do is it'll tell you how many you can make. So here it says if you want to make 50, here's the solutions of each one. So it gives you the price of the squad. This isn't a price that I paid. As you see here, these are all untradeable, just showing you their value, just in case you don't want to send it. You essentially just go through the list and you look, I'm fine using all these. I'm fine using all these. Yeah, that looks all good. Perfectly fine with that. Let's go with all those. And as you see here, I have some tradable gold commons in the club it's using. That's fine for me. I'm going to hit apply. We're going to say if it can make these 50 and then how long it actually takes to make these 50. We could cut potentially in this video, or we could just let this ride out to see how long it actually takes. But think about this for League SBCs. Think about this for player pick. Think about this when exchanges come out. You could literally be watching a movie. You could be doing something on the side and just having this generate those things for you. Essentially, the difference is you would be putting these things in by hand. You'd be hitting submit, but now it's doing that behind the scenes. So you no longer have to sit there and do the most monotonous thing in the world. And it gives you an area in a time period of when you can expect a potential soft ban. So it doesn't get you fully SBC banned for a while. You can then go back to console. I believe if you have PlayStation and you do this on the PS5 versus doing this on the PS4, it'll give you 2 different sets of 300 when you come back on Pale Tools. So I'm on the PS4 version right now. I just logged in. If I went to the PS5 version, I could probably do another 300 per day, which means I could do up to 600 SBCs per day. If we're talking about that through League SBCs, where League SBCs are 4 League SBCs for 5 packs, or 4 SBC sections, that is a lot of League SBC runs you could do. That is a lot of player picks you can make. But most importantly, all the things that you really don't like doing, daily bronze, daily silver, daily gold, all those can be done in this easily. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer to spend the, what was it, like $5 a month on this. I've heard Easy SBC and some other ones have some decent stuff too. We'll be taking a look at that. But while we're waiting for these to build out, you can also take Pale Tools and put it on the top of this. So if you are missing the aspect of Pale Tools where you can gray out the cards you already have in your club and then buy the ones you don't have and get them grayed out, you just hit Pale Tools right here on top of the Foot Genie, and it'll allow you to do kind of both at the same time. I will say there's some things that Foot Genie does better than Pale Tools. This is one of them. One of the things that I've noticed Pale Tools does better, if you want to see a full guide, I can explain kind of the pros and cons of each over time. But just real quickly, one of the things that Pale Tools does do better is I feel like they're better when it comes to opening the packs. Foot Genie has this thing right now where if you open a pack and you hit kind of like their store all and send to dupe storage feature, what it'll do is if you have a tradable version in the club, it'll automatically take the untradeable version, switch with the tradable, and then put that on your transfer list, which I'm personally not a fan of. I would much rather have it automatically just go to the SBC storage, leave the tradable one in my club, and then if I want to change that setting over time, have the ability to do that. Could that be something that happens down the line? Yes, absolutely. Could that be something that's in there right now, but I haven't seen? Maybe. I've only been on it for a weekend, but as you see, we are almost already to the 50 of the player picks. Look how quick that is. That is crazy. It's only been, what, like 2 minutes? And we're already at 47. I've noticed for League SBCs, if you end up running out of like a certain league, like let's say you're trying to build out 10, it'll tell you, like, if you're on your 7th run and you no longer have League 1 cards, it'll say, like, there's an error, insufficient amount of League 1 cards, and then it'll just kind of stop you, and then you go from there. So, as you see, EASBC Softman, 48 is our hourly. Did it make 50? It did not make 50. It stopped at 48. But there you go. Few minutes. That would have taken like an hour to make on console, man. The beauty of Foot Genie. All right, we're back. Console time, boys. My mate snuck people into the stadium because he worked there and had all the color bands. I'm just going to pretend I know what you're talking about. You do that all the time. No one ever knows what we talk about. We just yap about the most random stuff. I just assume you guys feel bad for me, and that's why you're here. Finally caught your stream. Hey, welcome back, brother. Which SBCs do you recommend on using on Foot Genie? For me, using it for League SBCs seems to be the best. You could make a case for like player picks or crafting upgrades if you wanted to do a huge bulk of them. That is an option as well. There's pros and cons to that if you're getting to the daily limit of 300 and 600, but if you're not close to the daily limit, you can kind of do whatever. For me, I'm going to now see how close to 600 total I can make a day. Because if we can min-max this to the best of our ability, that'd be a beautiful thing. I need to make a coffee too. Let me take a piss real quick, fill up my coffee. We'll keep grinding. Harry Kane, let's go. I was thinking maybe picks to do a bulk of like 80 picks per day, but I don't want to waste them. I will say, if you're saying you don't want to waste them in the sense of like you don't want to waste League SBC cards, putting them into player picks, obviously you can always use off leagues. You're not going to make as many. I find the best of both worlds is what you're noticing me doing right now, is I put everything into player picks, but I haven't done provisions yet, and I haven't done the 83-14s. So what I'll do is I'll use these player picks now to build out essentially the fodder I need for the 83-14s. I'll get my provisions done, and that'll be plenty of cards to maintain me through 10 plus runs of League SBCs on top of me buying the Pro League Portuguese League, opening the packs that we're getting from League SBCs, and that'll take me pretty far. So if you're in that kind of same scenario where you're like, want to do League SBCs, but I kind of want to try the player picks, I would say like that's probably the best way to do both. Like we're testing on a group of 48 right here to see how they are. But I'll probably stop after this and go back to crafting upgrades. All right, be right back, boys. Dun, 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 dun. All right, water, coffee. Let's grind. All right. I was thinking of maybe picks to do a bulk of 80 picks per day, but I don't want to waste them. Yeah. Same thing I was saying before. I think finding a proper mix would be a good way to go about it. In general, though, one of the things I will say about player picks is if you're getting low on 82s, 83s, and 84s for Prem La Liga, and like rating is what's stopping you, or you're running out of 84s for your 83 14s, doing player picks can be a good way of getting them. Now, that being said, I haven't opened really my crafting upgrades. I make them and don't open them, so you're probably getting a lot of 83s and 84s in those as well, and potentially multiple per one occasionally. So there is that. I followed your grind guide for the past 2 months. I sit around 4 mil. Also buying Evos. I think my Pale Tools filter hides a lot of my League SBC cards and can't find the right filters for them. Yeah, I don't plan on really using Pale Tools much anymore for League SBCs, which is going to be a weird change for me. One of the things I've started doing with Pale Tools in general, though, when I do use them for League SBCs, I keep everything kind of more wide open in terms of what I'm able to use. I'm less like strict with the amount of rares or commons. Kind of do more of like most recent and have kind of like what I need to show up in the most recent be how I open packs. That's a very unique situation to me for our pack situation. How many packs we have and the kinds of packs. So I don't know if that would one-to-one correlate to what you're looking for. Samantha, let's go. Cold, we'll take a Sam. Battery. I'll try the most recent filter. How come no more parallel tools? Did you just get back to the straight? Oh, you might. The comment you put in chat, if you typed right when you got back, you just came in right when we finished making basically 50 player picks with Foot Genie in the span of like a minute and a half. And it did it all for me after I put in what I was looking for. So just the sheer output of Foot Genie versus Pale Tools for that specific aspect is unmatched. Same thing applies to the League SBCs. Like, we can do 25 plus runs of League SBCs in a fraction of the times it takes us to do Pale Tools. So now it's not only Pale Tools is infinitely faster than the menus, Foot Genie is infinitely faster than Pale Tools as well. Which means it's even more infinitely faster than console menus. And then just wait until like exchanges. And then when EA turns off the SBC ban limits towards the end of the year. That's going to be wild. We could probably make 100 million coins by that point. Honestly. Tons of walkouts so far from these player picks. $88, let's go. Are you excited for the Spurs game? Typically, they got a new manager before we play them. I'm going to be at church during the Spurs game, so I'm not going to see it live. I'm debating whether I want to record it and kind of turn off my phone, or if I just want to look at the score and then watch after. I have a feeling we're not going to get 3 points. That's just my mindset. Hopefully that's not true. Hopefully we can get even more of a gap. And basically, I don't think this week we can mathematically confirm safety. But I think if we get 4 to 6 points in the next 3 weeks, that does. Even though I'm pretty sure we'd be safe if we didn't get a single point from this point on. I don't see why we can't get 3 points, but a point would be great. It's awesome seeing an American support the lads. Yes, sir. And guess what? Guess what I get to do this summer, brother? I get to go with my family to Nashville, Tennessee to watch Sunderland play Liverpool in person. The first time I will ever get to see Sunderland in person. I had the potential, the opportunity to do it when they were in the championship still a few years ago when they went to, I think it was San Antonio. That preseason will be so fire. It will be crazy. I can't wait. I don't know if I told you, but like the only other like Sunderland fan in the state of Wisconsin goes to my church. And one of my friends, she texted me randomly. She's like, "Hey, random question. What's the soccer team you support again?" I'm like, "Football team, first of all. Get it right. Second of all, it's Sunderland." And she's like, "Okay, I thought so. I have a guy you need to meet. You guys are going to be best friends." Every time I see him, we literally just talk about Sunderland. It's like, "Hey, how's it going? Did you see this? Did you see that?" That speech to text just might be the best thing ever invented. I know, right? No way I could afford to go? Yeah, I watched that preseason on TV at like 4 a.m. local. Yeah, it's going to cost me a little more than I think $250 a ticket. So, it's not cheap, but in the United States, it's going to be the best opportunity to see them. It could be $100 a ticket around if I wanted to go stand in the supporter section, but my family's not going to want to do that. I don't want them to sit separate. Paying $250 per ticket to see Sunderland is crazy. You want to know what's even crazier? I'd pay double that in a heartbeat. Yeah, the price is to see Liverpool. That's the only reason it kept going up. I'm sure you'll love it. Hopefully you get a few picks with the players. Hopefully. I got to still see if there's going to be like open practices or anything. Because our tickets are on the second tier. So we're not going to be pitch side. So it's not like we'll be able to see the players up close. I'm sure Luke 09 will kick a ball directly at me, though. I'll catch it or something. Boom, boom, boom. Angel Reese got traded. Dang. If you're unlucky, it'll be just the youth academy. Well, I'm trying to figure out how I'll work with the World Cup, because the game would be on. I didn't even put it down. Is it July? Or is it June? It's July 25th. World Cup. One sec. World. Fixtures. Quarterfinals, July 11th. Semifinals, July 15th. Bronze final, July 18th. And World Cup final, July 22nd. So, depending on the transfers that Sunderland get during the summer, they could have some players win in the World Cup final and miss out on preseason. That's the nature of preseason, though, I guess. Yeah, I'm just excited to see the most randomly generated player that performs at the World Cup and gets a huge move. Went to see Leeds versus Milan last year to see Modric. Ballon d'Or winner didn't even get on the bench because they wanted to save him for the season. Yeah, that's the expectation, too. The nice thing with Sunderland currently, though, with their academy, they're still in the in-between period where they have a lot of, like, the League One championship players that they haven't gotten moves yet, and their contracts are somewhat running out. So, like, there's some fringe players that will never play in the Premier League that I would absolutely love to see. I'd love to see Amdalaba get some game time. Got winners after first year in the PL. No reason none of our players can win the World Cup. True. Yeah. Hey, we have two players that won AFCON. We got a Moroccan and we got a Senegalese. Both of them are winners. We're going to have a Euro winner? Who's going to win Euros? France with Enzo Lefebvre. Cherokee and Enzo Lefebvre just absolutely going crazy. And Mukiele, he might not get the call up, sadly. Hopefully he does. But I think he just... Did he just miss the World Cup one? Because he was injured, and then by the time Euros rolls around, age-wise, he's going to be a little bit more up there. I still think he deserves to get on. Remember, don't forget to do your silver provisions, boys. Easy, easy, easy. Do they get another window to rearrange the call-ups? I know England does. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's going to be rules and regulations for stuff, but I'm sure there's flexibility. Flashes, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. We just made about 50 player picks from Foot Genie in the span of like 2 minutes, which was great. That's a nice time saver. Yes, sir. I'm already, like, thinking about it from the perspective of, like, I mean, I feel like we were already to the point where we weren't grinding as much as we did earlier on in the year. But now it's just going to save so much more time. And I'm curious to see how much volume we can add on. Because, like, now it's really just making sure we're opening the packs and buying the Pro League, Portuguese League players. And occasionally some French League 1 cards. That's basically it. Let's take that provisions. Alright, we'll do this provisions. Do 85s and 86s. Ignore. Load a high. All untradeable gold. Yeah, we're not done with Pale Tools completely. We'll still do Pale Tools for a bunch of other stuff. Pretty good balance. Oh, is today the... Oh, yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of Trey Hume's free kick goal. That was beautiful, man. So, they have League SBCs set to go away in, what, 2 days? What do you guys think we're going to get in replace of them? Do you think we're going to get a copy and paste like always back, or... 10 more days of provisions as well. Samantha will take you. Surely they come back identical. I wonder if they would ever change them. I'd prefer them not to and just give us more provisions or exchanges or different, like, crafting upgrade grind. They need to do a better job of that. Like, we need like a 75 times 10 or something fun like that. A bronze squad and a silver squad. Alright, let's do these now. Look at all the Team of the Weeks we have in our dupe storage. Can we get away with 4 83s? We don't even have 83s there. Boom, 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 boom. I will put Toenail in. Them in. Don't ask. Mumbo, why would you do that? We're making room. Yo, Jakey boy, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate you, brother. 15 days ago, Sunderland beat Newcastle for the second time this season. You know what's crazy? This is like a life moment more than anything, but you can apply it to any other area. I remember this time last year thinking there's a chance Sunderland could go through playoffs and get promoted. There's always the chance, right? But like, did I really think it would happen? In my head, I'm like, in a perfect world, like the best case scenario, if this happened, that'd be the greatest thing ever. Then it's like that happened, and then it moved on to my brain was like, oh, everyone's saying we're going to get dead last. Can I even enjoy this? And then you see the signings that Sunderland makes, and you're like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever. Can it get better than this? And then we sign Granit Xhaka. And it's like, wow, can it get better than this? And then we start the season, top of the league. People forget, Sunderland for a period of time, week 1, was first place. Literally first place. And then it became, after that, it's like, surely their form's going to drop. They're still going to get relegated. They can't keep this up. And then there was like a month period where everyone hopped on the Sunderland hype, and they're like, is this the best promoted team we've ever seen? Sunderland's going to get Champions League. Sunderland might pull Leicester. And in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what to think anymore. Like, we're so past what my mind comprehended is potentially possible that I feel like it's impossible for me to enjoy this. I'm trying to. But then it came to Newcastle. I was like, okay, if we can just not lose to Newcastle both games, 2 draws, would that be a good result? Beat them at home. But surely you're going to lose the away leg. Nope, beat them at their place. And it's like all that will happen at the same time that another aspect of your life, something completely catastrophic's happening. So like that super amazing moment is great for the moment. And then you go to the next thing, you're like, oh, life just sucks right now because I'm going through XYZ. It's like, dude, a minute ago you were so happy about this. It's like, yeah, but I'd trade that for this to go better or this to go better. And then it's like you realize eventually, it's like, oh, nothing's ever going to be perfect everywhere. You have to find a way to enjoy the little victories along the way in different areas of your life. And just because one area is not going the way you want, doesn't mean other areas you can't enjoy. If anything, it makes you almost enjoy those better. I remember when Sunderland got promoted, it wasn't a great period of my life. I was struggling with some stuff. And when they got promoted, that was such like a shock. It was like, dude, this is exactly what I needed, man. This is awesome. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy. Being at Wembley that day was the greatest day of my life. I can't even imagine. So how long have you been following Sunderland for, and what made you choose to follow Sunderland? I've been supporting Sunderland since I was a little kid. My buddy has been a Manchester United fan for as long as I remember, and I didn't have a Premier League team. I grew up watching Serie A, watching AC Milan specifically. I don't know how long you've been around, but like I am Thiago Silva's #1 supporter. Thiago Silva is how I kind of modeled my football game after as a center back. Love him to death. I think he's one of the greatest center backs, not only of this era, but of all time. I rate him higher than some names you would question when you hear me say it, but I think he's that good. But I didn't have any Premier League team that I watched or supported. So we were playing FIFA one day, and he was using United. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to use a random Premier League team when I'm a little kid. So I landed on Sunderland. I'm like, okay. And then I saw they had Josie Altidore. I'm like, oh, he's American. Cool. Oh, let me watch them on TV. Surely they can't be that bad because I'm decent with them in FIFA. Literally, it was those seasons where you'd be fighting relegation barely survive. Fight relegation, barely survive. I don't think I've ever supported Sunderland when they've been doing well as a football club. It's literally been since probably, 2011, 2012-ish? Maybe 2013, the latest? It was that era. So supporting them then, it's been nothing but almost relegation, staying up. And then when I graduated high school in 2016, went to college in 2017, my first year of college was when they got relegated. So then they got relegated again after that. So all of my college was them in the lower divisions. All my time from the final part of college to during COVID time was them in League One. So watching them through all that, seeing them slowly rebuild, the documentary of The Sunderland Until I Die on Netflix, the new management, the new owners, finally getting everything turned around to get to the point we are now. It's just been so cool to see. But yeah. So I guess probably like coming up on like 15 years. Try me, I agree. Thiago Silva's up there. Also, Giovanni Reina was born in Sunderland too. It's a tough life supporting Sunderland, but I won't have it any other way. FTM, yes sir. Yeah, and like people will occasionally say to me, it's like, oh, how can you support them if they're not your local? First of all, like United States local is very different. I have a local. I love watching our local play. Their stadium's 15 minutes away from where I live. 10 minutes if I'm going really fast. And I get to watch them play throughout the season, but I don't know. It's hard to explain unless you have the passion for something. I have a love for Sunderland that just will never go away. That's the best way I can explain it. They could do horrific. It's not when they win. It's not when they lose. There's just a genuine love there that I don't have for AC Milan, that I don't have for Ford Madison, that I don't have for the United States men's national team. It's just this desire to see them, period. Not even see them do well. It's great when I see them do well. But yeah. And yeah, Giovanni Reina was born there too. I agree, Thiago Silva's up there. Let me put together a better thought process before I say it, because I don't want to trigger anyone. Actually, no, I'll just say, I won't say who I think he's better than right off the rip. Let me just word it. Thiago Silva's career, whether it's winning different leagues, whether it's winning the Champions League, whether it's how long he's been playing for, how good he's been at the clubs he's been, because you have AC Milan period, right? The longevity through the AC Milan period. He was there during the time of Ibrahimovic. You had the Dino era. You had all that, and then him and Ibra went together to PSG. You had his PSG area where he got crap for, same thing everyone got crap for back in the day, being in a Farmers League. Still get crap for League One being a Farmers League, but I feel like it's getting more competitive. And PSG, I feel like, is better than ever now. But Thiago Silva not only did well in League One, Champions League, Brazil national team, I feel like he helped mold Marquinhos become the player he is today. I think that should be talked about more. You have then him leaving PSG. You have his experiences in other leagues too that doesn't get talked about. Like him winning a Champions League with Chelsea. Beautiful thing. Beautiful. You have him going to Porto and doing well in European football still. Beautiful. The longevity is unmatched. For a dude who was never supposed to be professional, retired and was going to never play again. Such a story, man. Sadly, his mom just passed away, so he's going through some hard times right now, but yeah. That's the effect of the beautiful game. True. So true. Thiago Silva is better than VVD. I agree. My hot take, or somewhat, people automatically assume he's not as good as Ramos Pepe type of center backs. I personally think he ranks a bit higher. Different kind of center backs. Different strengths. Different things you look for. Different teams need different things. But I rate Thiago Silva higher than both of them. But again, you would have to break that down to different things too. Are we talking longevity? Are we talking complete player? Are we talking specific thing? Are we talking influence? Are we talking just rating them how well they've done as a center back? If you want to talk about like trophies won, it's going to be hard to match Ramos at Real Madrid for anything. But yeah, there are discussions you could have. Where I don't think I'm crazy for saying. I couldn't put it better than you said it. He covers every base of an icon. And that's like the other thing too, is like we've had discussions over the years. Back when he was at PSG still, it was a little bit more limited. The discussions were when Thiago Silva retires, will he get an icon or a hero? Because he's done well in the Serie A. He's done well in League One. I was saying I would love for him, or I wasn't saying this. I wanted it to happen. I wanted him to go to a league like the Premier League to prove himself, not only that he's capable of playing basically at the age of 40 in the Premier League, but also too to prove that not only can he do well in there, if you replace him, if he leaves, there's going to be an impact there that you didn't notice until he's gone. I think Chelsea's seen that exactly. The influence he had at the center backs at Chelsea was huge for their academy as well. His sons, I believe, are still somewhat around Chelsea too, and I think are playing in their academies. Haven't tracked their careers as much. How he isn't in FIFA is crazy, which is confusing because Porto's in the game, so you'd think he'd have a card. But yeah, no, like there's icon / hero shouts when he was at PSG still. And like you could make more of an argument for hero card making more sense. And you could point to either Serie A or League One for the longevity for both of those for his career. But now that he's played in the Premier League, he's played in Liga Portugal, and he's done well in every league, I think icon makes a lot more sense. I just hope they don't butcher him and give him just like a baby and then like a crap mid. All right, let's see how we're doing on the good old softband. Off topic, but where are you on these 79 triples? Do you still do them? Yeah, I did 46 player picks to test them out. But we're still saving basically every crafting upgrade we make. And we originally wanted it to be 1,000. We're closing in on 1,500. I could probably get to 1,500 by tomorrow. We have what, like 10 days, 9 days until these go away. I could realistically probably get to 2,000 or 2,500. I would then either at that point save them for team of the season or just continue opening them throughout the next promos. Damn, I thought I was sat on a lot at 307. Yeah, man, like there is levels to a menu grind. Everyone is capable of doing it, but there's degeneracy that not everyone does. I am a degenerate. Like, I'm even trying to think back, and like I feel like I'm not even grinding that hard. compared to what we used to. I remember remember there was a time period we did, was it 75 mixed league runs in a single day? In 24-hour period? Crazy. And that was with console and pill tools. That wasn't with any of the help that we're used to having now with Foot Genie. Alright, let's do multiple runs. We'll try 5. Not sure how we're doing on Pro League, Portuguese League cards. We're probably short on League 1 after a run or two would be my guess. This is what I find so cool about this. I'll show you the complete set, so it shows you all 44 players for run 1. So if you wanted to stop after like run 1 or 2, you can turn off whatever completion. You can like look through and like, my favorite thing with this is the solutions you'll find. Like think about all the 84 dupes that will end up on my dupe storage and fill up if we're only using up to 83s, and a lot of the times it'll mix those in with like the bronzes that we never end up using. So it's really cool how they balance it. Look at that. Silvers, multiple silvers. It's brilliant. Four saved and 4 submitted. Saving, submitting. I feel like it's going to give a League 1 error. 4 saved, 3 submitted, 1 failed to submit. So now it's going to end it, and we'll see what it failed to do. It might be a soft ban. Yeah, soft ban. We probably hit the limit. Oh no. Maybe it just needs a sec. But now we're down to 46 SBC dupes. Send those SBC storage. How much space do we have left on the transfer list? Okay. So if it wants to put those in there, I guess it can. Let's do the rest of the provisions. Organize. Organize. Alright. Now we're going to get close to a full dupe storage. So now we'll move to small rares. Okay, we'll do one more of those. Perfect. So now that's full. If I refresh, this will probably... Oh, it's already done. Jeez. Okay, so we should have now more League 1 and Eredivisie cards. I don't know if we'll be able to do 5 runs. We'll see what it lets us do. Completion 1. Completion 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that does. There you go. Okay, multiple failed. So it looks like most of the times it's failing is not because the SBC itself didn't work or you didn't have the cards. It seems to be because we're getting soft banned. So even with that, it'll put the cards in. I can go to console and then open them up on there. So if I wanted to, let me try this real quick. I'm going to log back into console. We're on PS4 right now, I believe. Yeah. The Serie A Bundesliga section and the Premier Liga should already be ready to go, and I can submit it. Is that the free version? It works the same as the free version for the most part. That's the paid one. The free version is only going to have a limited amount you can do per day, but similar things you can do. So you get a glimpse of how it works, but you won't be able to scale it. Boom, boom, boom. We got 7 prime golds, 6 small prime players packs, still well over 850 smaller gold players packs, 6 more prime electrums and jumbo golds. So we get some more chem styles back in the club. We get some more rares, commons, silvers, whatever you need. Walk out. The nice thing about this pack specifically is you're going to get so many cards that work for the mixed league, and you can do like 5 to 10 runs in the mixed league then without even trying along with the dailies. So just keep that in mind too. Why did I list it for 2-2? I think I could have gotten more. Look at, I have 30 premium bronze player packs that I haven't even touched yet. Saudi League. Dude, if those ever go up in price, we're making a killing. We could probably already get 200 for them within the hour. Derrick Henry's going to be 38 years old, giving you 1,100 yards and 8 tutties. Dude is looking massive. Alright, I'm going to make some eggs real quick. Make my final meal of the evening. I will be right back. BRB, boys. Be a few minutes. We'll keep grinding for a bit longer. Dun, dun. Alright, it's going to be stuck on the screen, I guess. Sky touchdown. Hey, I'm trying to see you say so. Alright, we back. We back and better, so much better. Dude, I make amazing eggs. Love them. Love them. Friday night, first game of the championship, Lincoln versus Wolves guaranteed. Dude, that'd be a sick matchup. Well, that's crazy. Besides Burnley, and I'm including Spurs in that too. I don't even feel like it's a hot take. Wolves, I don't think will be ready for the championship. Spurs would be selling off a bunch of players anyways, and the ones they already have aren't performing. I don't think they'd be ready for the championship. Burnley's like the only one ready for the championship because they literally build to win the championship and then go down. It's like the one thing they're known for. Let's go. Jack boys in Texas. Ooh, the 5th division of Scotland's cooking. Ooh. Diamande. Baller, by the way. Sunderland was looking at him. Is it worth putting my whole club and restarting the league grind? Putting your whole club into what? Player picks and then starting with dailies for League SBCs? Or putting your whole club into League SBCs for the league run? Like submit all bronzes into silver upgrades and gold comments and all. Oh no! I would ask yourself what's your reason of doing that? In the sense of if it's a League SBC bronze or League SBC silver or League SBC gold, none of those are worth it to put into upgrade. Besides League SBCs, and if it's an off league, untradeable, put it in the daily bronze, daily silver, and daily gold. Because it's going to be infinitely more worth it that way. In my opinion. If I'm understanding you correctly. Maybe silver upgrades. Like, if you have an insane amount of silver off league untradables, putting them into silver upgrades for 3 commons would make sense. Screw it. Yeah, you're right. Bronze upgrades too. Might as well. Make a bunch of silvers. If you're going to be getting a ton anyways from the dailies and league SBCs in general, yeah, one time won't hurt you. Yeah, go for it. Clear the club. Jack boys in Texas. Jack boys in California. When the sky touched down. Late night in the alleyway. Cars parked in the corner. Cactus, cactus. Dude, you know what I'm looking forward to this spring and summer? I started it last night, and then I started another thing today. Outside runs I started today. Gonna be great. I'm gonna do so many miles this summer. 1 mile runs and then longer runs just sporadically throughout the week. While listening to music will be sick. But specifically, nighttime walks. Just listening to different albums is gonna hit like crack, dude. I'm so excited. And I find balancing bronzes into the league upgrades is too time consuming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, whatever you got time for. Phantomine! Should be a Sunderland player, man. Can't believe Sunderland had their potential deal turned down. Apologies for all the questions, but I'm really interested. What do you use your transfer space for? Mine is filled with tradable 2 in the weeks and 88 pluses. So when I'm doing league SBCs, it's usually always some sort of league SBC players. Normally it's like a bunch of Pro League, Portuguese League. Sometimes it's League 1 Eredivisie golds and stuff like that. If I'm opening tradable packs from league SBCs. Also, never feel bad for asking questions. I love answering this stuff. So like, here's a League 1 dupe. I'd buy this off the market for $350 buy now later. So for me to do more league SBC runs, I'm just going to chuck it up there. So like, I'll have a bunch of stuff like that I'll list. But when I'm not streaming, there'll be a bunch of chem styles like the shadows, anchors, and stuff like that will list for lazies above what we bought for. Sell them, buy more under lazy list. Rinse and repeat that process over and over. We kind of just do that nonstop. Perfect example, like right here, I was going to quick sell that card. Let me just pop it up there instead. So you would just sell on any and every tradable? Absolutely not, no. I usually, for the Jumbo Gold Pack and the Prime Electrum, I'll save all tradable gold commons that are League SBC cards. I'll quick sell the off-league ones. Gold rares, if I can sell them to the market, I'll sell. Right now, most of them aren't even going for 700. Some it looks like they might be going for more. You can list. But are they? Okay, they might be back up now. Or is there an Evo or something that I'm not aware of? Yeah, there's a ton of tradable cards that I keep from the tradable packs. Not mentioning chem styles, manager leagues, all that fun stuff too. Like, this is the one where I'm on the edge for. This is a gold rare that will be helpful for League SBCs. But I could probably buy just a silver rare instead. So taking 700 coins and buying a rare for 200 to 300 would be much better. Are rares back up? Did something get leaked? Yesterday they weren't selling. Sorry, I mean specifically high rated fodder and tradable team of the weeks, not cards. Yeah, I never use tradable team of the weeks or tradable walkouts. I sell all those. Yeah. Alright, 2-player packs. Beautiful. Sorrow is another player that Sunderland's interested in. He's been killing it in European play. Thinking of blasting the last few runs of the non-premium League SBC, then removing them as saved leagues since I find the ROI quite low. Are you using Pale Tools or Foot Genie at all? Because I'll say the more you do the premium mix, the more mix cards you'll get through the Primal Extra mainly that you can easily do. And it easily gives you more cards to funnel back into the premium mix. So, I'm not saying it's the worst case scenario if you do what you're thinking. I'm saying it's way more beneficial to keep them than you think. The ROI is actually really insane for the little effort that you put in. And little effort in the sense of, like I just said, if you're not doing the mix itself, you're just doing it through the premium. The more you do the premium, the more you'll be able to do the mix. In inverse of the way we used to do it when we do the mix into the premium. Alright, 14 tradable there. Lincoln is called the Imps? Come on, you imps. What a cold nickname. Late night in the alleyway. Cars parked in the corner. I'll pop those. Jack boys in Texas, Jack boys in California. The moment Lincoln got promoted, dang, man. I love football, man. What?
The stuff in the sink can't go in the dishwasher?
I'm streaming. I'm gonna do this stuff later.
Okay.
I put everything else in the dishwasher already too. I'll load the rest. All right, boys, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for chilling. If you did enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. We will be back tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.